Hey everyone, it's Friday night. And I'm doing a live chat. I think I'm doing this just because I need to I don't know, just have a bit of fun. There's no one at home, it's just me, and I've been working on something since 5 a.m. And I stopped working on it at 8 p.m. That's 15 hours, but if I take away 2 hours where I was eating and downtime here and there, 13 hours a day working on something, and I thought I'd cracked it. I thought I'd cracked and created this amazing code snippet, and now I've admitted defeat because there's just too many issues and problems with it. And to say I'm frustrated is an absolute understatement right now. Okay, I was looking over there then, wrong place, the camera's here. Is a complete understatement. So I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm trying to do something here. If I didn't say I was absolutely frustrated, um, but I suppose that's what happens, right? That's life in a way, isn't it? You work hard on something, and then when it doesn't work out, you have to either plow on, continue, try and win, try and achieve, or you have to kind of admit defeat. And I've had to literally admit defeat because this thing I was working on just was not working very well at all. Do let me know if the sound and audio, video, everything is okay. Please do let me know in the chat. I'm just going to test something out for a moment. I'm going to type in hi just to make sure the chat is working. I don't think the chat's working. Is the chat working? Can someone let me know if they can just like say something in the chat? There you go. That's the chat is working because I've just gone and said hi. But anyway, yeah. So, oh hi Stavros. Hope you're okay. Yeah. So, yeah, today working on a code snippet, brand new one. I really thought I'd cracked it. Really thought I cracked it. I was super hyped up 4 hours ago, and now I'm just really not upset, but kind of like I've just spent 13 hours. I could have been doing other stuff. Friday is what I call my research day. So where I'm looking at maybe planning for videos I might do next week, or I'm researching a new plugin or a new methodology, or I'm revisiting something I've done in the past or whatever. You know, I Friday is the day when I don't like to work on any client websites or anything like that. It's what I call my research day. But at the moment, today has almost been wasted. It's not wasted, but it feels like it's wasted because obviously I couldn't do what I want. Hey John, functional, cheers mate. Chris Lava, how you doing? By the way, if you're wondering why I'm drinking Pepsi Max in a glass, it's already gone warm. Do you know what? Anything cold today goes warm really quick. Like I only opened this like 3, 4 minutes ago. It's already warm. So I had one Pepsi can left in the fridge, and the end of it is dented. So when I try to open it, it wouldn't pierce. So I had to grab some scissors and hit it at the point where the pin would go in, and then pour it into a glass. I don't like drinking Pepsi Max out of a glass. It's not the same. When you drink out a bottle or a can, there's a difference. When you drink out of a glass, it just feels, ugh, doesn't feel as good. The Stavros says you posted about your health condition was really inspiring and I can really relate with it. Thanks very much. And it's kind of like, I've been through my fair share of things that have shaped me and my life and my decision making. And sometimes a lot of people don't quite understand. I've got to adjust the microphone. A lot of people sometimes don't understand why, like, I don't toe the line with culture and religion and some other stuff. And it's because I look at my life as being my life. So when I go through pain or issues, I look at it as I'm getting through it. Hey, Beatrice, your comments come through. I don't know what was wrong with the comments, but you seem to be going okay. Mark, what's with these lives in the middle of the night? It's not the middle of the night, it's just late evening at the moment. I was working on a code snippet, Mark, and I got super, super excited. And then at 8 p.m., I realized, nope, I'm defeated. And from 5 a.m. until 8 p.m., I was working on it. If you take away 2 hours, which was due to, eating and things here and there, 13 solid hours. And I mean solid, no messing around, no surfing the internet, 13 solid hours. And I've just admitted defeat on it. Just like, this just ain't going anywhere. No, Jem, just want to say thank you. Hey, I mean, I do appreciate that, but hey, you don't have to say thank you, all right? I just do what I do, and I hope it helps everyone. No, Jem, because of you, I was able to make some really good websites with Jet Engine. Thanks a lot. Wow. That does mean a lot, No Gem. So I'm glad I was able to help you out. Really glad I helped. Mark Harris, what was it? So I did a code snippet earlier this week about the time to first byte and the largest contentful paint. And it was a code snippet for images. It works. I've also got another bit of code for fonts. It works. Got another bit of code for video. It works. And I was trying to create this super snippet which would allow you to control the preloading of elements. And I feel like trying to create something that is universal for all of WordPress, whether you use Elemental or Bricks or anything else, it just was. I'm not convinced it fully works. Gemini says it does. Grok says it does. ChatGPT says it does. Everyone is saying it works. This is brilliant. All of them have like no vulnerabilities, no security issues, no nonsense, no nothing to worry about. I'm not convinced because when I do real life testing, I'm a bit like there's these little bits that just jump out at you. And Mark, we're very similar, right? In that when something bugs you, you can't pretend. When you see it, you can't unsee it, right? You know what I mean. I'm pretty sure there's stuff you've seen that you can't unsee, Mark. But once you know you think there's a bug, you think there's a glitch, you think it's not delivering exactly what it should deliver. You just can't get it out your head. Ah, Beatrice, that's interesting. So what were the Chrome settings? Was it a pop-up blocker or something affecting you? Itemi Media says they're having an issue with my website after optimizing it for SEO. The width of the content on the homepage switched to block instead of full width. Right. So have you changed theme? That sounds like to me you've gone from hello to 2025 or 2024. That's what I'm wondering. So John built a tracking this week based on demands dashboard. Such fun, honest. Yeah, basically what Mark has just said there. You know it and you mean code. Sorry, I'm clicking like mad. You're going to see comments flying up all the time. By the way I'm making the comments appear is with a Google Chrome extension. So you don't need to use Restream, StreamYard, EVMux, or some other premium bit of kit to make the comments show up when you want them to show up. It's with a Google Chrome extension. It's free. And it shows the comments whenever I want. Simple and easy, and I can resize it. Hey, Cosmin, hope you're okay. No Plorat, make sure you get that cold beer in you. I mean, I'm really killing it. I mean, look at this glass. This glass is like, look at it. Look at the state of this glass. Some of these glasses I think I've got to chuck away because they've been through the dishwasher so much. Look at that. Look at the state of that. Awful. Disgusting. It looks like a pub glass. You know when they give you a pub glass and you kind of go, it's like been washed kind of thing. Right, so don't worry, Beatrice. The main thing is it's working. So Itemi says he's using the Lyco theme. Never heard of it. I got it from Envato. So the trouble is, Itemi, right? Was it okay before? And you say you've optimized it for SEO. So somewhere you've done something. What you've got to consider is, can you load up a backup and go back in time? Or can you revisit it? Now, I've got a pretty good feeling that no one else here uses that theme. So I don't think anyone can help. The only way someone could help is if you hire them for either a one-to-one consultation or you hire them to go and investigate your website or look into it deeper. But you could say that maybe you need to just roll a backup up and systematically now be very careful what you do with your SEO. Are you using an SEO plugin like WP Rocket, Perf Matters? Maybe it could be Auto-Optimize. Maybe you need to deactivate them and then test again and see what you get. John, water storage, hence he hasn't washed it out. No, this has been through the dishwasher, like. Come on. Because it can still see my face. If I hide, there you go. If I hide my face, then look at that. It's been through the dishwasher so much. It's just worn away on the glass, isn't it? Beatrice says, before you throw away the glass, please wash it simply with salt. You only make the glass sweat and rub it. Oh, really? I only have Himalayan salt, Himalayan pink salt. I suppose that'll be the same thing, right? For some reason, Himalayan pink salt. I don't like to have salt. I don't like to have salty food. If anything has got like a fair amount of salt and I can taste it, I hate it. I don't like it. But Himalayan pink salt, when you make an omelette, you gotta add a little bit of salt. Not a huge amount, but just just sprinkle on. You need something with the egg. But Himalayan pink salt, can't put my finger on it, but it's like there's something about it which is better than your normal traditional table salt. Oh, okay, cheapest one. Anyway, look, let's not talk about salt here. So, it's been a great week, right? Monday to Thursday, client work, website work, um, some of the videos I put out. I felt I was really honest in yesterday's video about why I started this YouTube channel and I was 42. And I did that for multiple reasons. One, to show that it's never too late. Number two, because I think a lot of people think I'm younger than I actually am, and they're always shocked and surprised. And number three, um, it I like it. I like it when I do a video where I'm able to talk honestly, because I do that during the live chats, right? I don't always talk about just WordPress. We can share and talk about lots of different things, right? But when that video was like an opportunity for me to put something out there, because if you don't join the live chat, you might never really get to know the real me. You're just going to be used to the tutorials and all of that. So when you get to see the real me, I feel like you expose yourself a bit more in a nice way, in a clean way. So I think it was great to do that. And I always feel like I enjoy talking videos. Number one, they're really easy to edit, right? Then they're easy to edit. You don't have to edit out much mistakes or anything, or you clicked in the wrong place or whatever, or you clicked somewhere and suddenly your internet connection went down. You're like, huh, what's going on here? Or you forgot to purge or clear the purge or whatever. It makes it easier. But also it's great to just talk. Hold on, I've got a phone call. I've got a phone call. Hold on. It's going to be Raheem, so hold on a moment. I wish you could have heard that. So Raheem is at Center Parks with his mum, and he's just told me that um he went swimming and he was obviously wearing his trunks, He's now finished swimming, but he didn't pack any. It's him and his mum's fault, right? Both one of them should have done this, right? But he they didn't pack spare shorts for him. So what he's so what he's got, I don't quite understand this. He must have had something on when he went there. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just said to him, "Look, sorry, mate, I'm on a live chat," and he went, "Okay, bye." I don't get it. I don't get it. He would have had to have gone to it, but he hasn't got spare shorts. I don't get it. I really don't understand. I really don't understand. Yeah, I mean, the Nottingham, Sherwood, Forest, Centre Park, it's about an hour's drive from where we are. It's not that far, but bleh. John won't admit how old he was when I was born. I reckon, John, you were 20. You were either 18 or 20 or something like that. And then Raheem's just said, right, he goes, yeah, I'm about to go off for my jog. I'm like, it's 8, nearly 8:45. Where the heck are you jogging? Am I right, John? Am I right? 18, 20? Were you in that ballpark era? You know, am I kind of right? I think I'm kind of right. I think. That is Luke bloody warm. How long have I been on the live chat? Um I came on the live chat 16 minutes ago, and just before I came on, I'd opened it, poured it in, and I even put an ice cube in there to try and keep it cold, but that is now absolutely lukewarm. In fact, you can still see the ice cube. You can still see the ice cube right there. There, look at that. Look at that ice cube. It looks like a. It actually looks like a little object, doesn't it? That ice cube does look kind of weird. Yeah, looks quite weird. Anyway, sorry. I'm just John was 17 when I was born. He just passed his driving test. That's quite squarey to think about, isn't it? So that makes John 56, 63. That makes John 63. I did. What do you mean? You gone for your run? So Raheem, you're gonna have to explain this, right? Because I've tried to explain this on the live chat, right? So you went to the swimming pool, but you didn't pack spare trunks or shorts. So what were you wearing when you went to the swimming pool? I can't believe this. I'm now talking to my son while he's in another part of the world. Well, he's an hour away, so he's not in a complete different part of the world, if that makes sense. But so whereabouts were you? So what happened, Raheem? There's no point in drinking this drink. It just tastes absolutely awful. It just tastes. You know when it goes lukewarm? There's absolutely no fun in drinking that at all. Yuck to yuck. So come on, Raheem. I'm waiting to hear the story. Dad, can I call you? Well, I'm on live chat. Go on then. If you want to call me, call me. Call me. I'll put you on speakerphone. This will be the first time we're going to have a major live chat with Raheem on speakerphone. So come on, mate. Ring up. You're right, mate. So, yeah, I can hear you. Can you see me though? Yeah, I think the whole world can see you. Okay, so what happened was, um, so I had my swimming trunks, but when I was getting changed, I realised I didn't have any shorts, so I have to wear my swimming trunks. I'm in my swimming trunks. Oh, what, you're wearing them now? And now I'm going on a mile run. Okay, cool. Right, Raheem, I'm gonna cancel you off now, okay? So have fun. Bye. So he's walking around in his wet swimming trunks. I don't know. I still don't understand what he's up to. Makiwara Luffy says Makiwara Luffy. Um, can JetSmart filter filter parents by child terms? What? I don't understand the question. Can JetSmart filters filter parents by child terms? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Um. Yes. You just set the filter up, but you well, are you using it at the moment? Because I'm not sure. It sounds to me like you are using. Are you using it at the moment? If you're using it at the moment, that should kind of tell you what you need to do. So, are you using it at the moment? If so, you might need to try it out. By the way, by the way, okay. So again, I'm going to make a point of this, and I feel like I make a point of this on every live chat, and I'm going to make a bigger point of this in the Facebook group for Web Squadron. And by the way, Makiwara, this is not aimed at you, but it kind of relates to what you've just asked. Okay, a lot of the questions that people are asking, a lot of the issues people have or find, you could just go to Chat GPT or Gemini or Claude or Grok or Perplexity or wherever you want to go, and you could ask the question to AI because you have the opportunity to ask more. So you can now start to say, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm doing. And here's an example of some of my parent filters, and here's some of the child filters. And I'm using JetSmart filter, you know, all of that stuff, right? You can feed it all of that. And then you can say, I want to be able to have a page where I only show the children, maybe, or however you want to do it. You want to show the parent and the child, just a child? Is it like grouped up, not grouped up? All of these little things. You could even stick the entire filter onto a page, right click, inspect, uh, view the page source, save it as a file to your hard drive or your desktop, wherever, then go to ChatGPT, upload that entire page source. Never copy and paste it because there's always a limit as to what you can paste in all of these programs, right? But you can upload whatever you want to upload. You can even upload videos. I do it a lot. I take like screen recordings, upload it to ChatGPT, and it watches it and it goes, yeah, I understand the issue now or whatever. But you can upload all of that. And then you can say, this is what I want to achieve. How do I do this? And it will work it out for you. It will tell you what you need to do. It will work it out. So there's lots of stuff you can do to help yourself out with AI. But I think a lot of people are failing to see that. And I think a lot of that is down to the fact that too many people on social media promote AI as you can use this to create images, you can use this to create videos, you can use this to help you do your social media content creation, you know, Zapier style type of stuff, and then dump it into Canva, add a video, and then you got 30 days worth of content for you to punch out onto social media and whatever. And I think too many people just think of it like that. And vibe coding as well, all of that stuff. But people, I think, fail to realize that when you ask a question, anyone asks a question anywhere, right? Especially when you get an error message, right? You're using something and you get an error message, right? You can actually copy that error message into ChatGPT and ask it, and it will probably give you a really good step-by-step guide as to what you need to do. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Makiwara. So I would say write down what you're trying to achieve, but also if you've already built your page with your grid or whatever you're using, because you're probably using Crocker blocks, right? Then drop the filter on, because now the filter's on there, right? And then you download it. Now you can say to ChatGPT, right, I've got a filter on here, and that filter shows all of these items, right? It's got all of these items, but I just want to show these items, and I don't want to show the parents. So, but I need to ensure that if a user clicks on it, it still filters. And ChatGPT and other AI, 99.9% of the time, will be able to tell you exactly what is the JavaScript code you need to use. And it will either say, most likely it's going to give it to you as script. So you drop a HTML widget on, drop the script in, and that's it. That's basically it. Job done. And that's all you got to do. No Gem says, I did that before coming across your videos. It dictates there is no visual representation, like where was this indexing option, but in a video I can see where it is. Yeah. And like sorry. There's so many ways you can use AI to help yourself out to do stuff like this. So much stuff you can do to help yourself out. I'm just looking at something on here which looks a bit weird. Anyway, and rewrite if required. Exactly, yeah. I mean, you will find, though, that whatever AI interprets, uh, it's all about refining what you first get. So, vibe coding is all about you ask a question, you just take it. That's the crux of vibe coding. Um, it's not necessarily always true that that's what people do. People will refine and look back at what's been put out there and work on it. But the way I do my AI prompting, and I think a lot of other people do as well, is you you ask your question and it will give you an answer, and then you then tweak it. So take it, look at it, study it, try to understand what it's doing. And sometimes ChatGPT will give me code, and and before I interrogate it, like, go, oh, what is this code doing? I will ask it. I go, right, great, you gave me code. Now, in a bullet list, and every item in that list must not be more than 10 words each, to keep it really simple. Tell me the benefits, the pros and cons of what you've just given me, and explain it as if I'm a 10-year-old. And it does it. And then I can go, right, yeah, I get it now. I get what it's doing. But that's when I notice the gaps. And so I'll go, right, so you've said you're going to do this. I actually want it to do that. So can we make sure we cover that off? And now you've mentioned there's a risk here, a security risk, a vulnerability. You've opened the door for SQL injection attacks, whatever. Let's nip that in the bud as well. Because sometimes AI will give you what you want, but it may also open the door for a vulnerability, an attack. You've left the door open, a backdoor entrance to your website without even realizing it. So you want to be able to now go further and further, and you keep tweaking. I mean, that's what I did today. 13 hours working on a code snippet, and it works. It works, but I'm not convinced it actually works. I feel like it does what it needs to do. It's really annoying. It does what it needs to do, but does it do what it needs to do? Like, I feel like I've just been working on a contradiction for the last 13 hours. It does it, does it do it? It says it does it do it? All of the AI say it does it, but does it do it? And the reason I doubt it is because when I'm assessing the output, I can see mistakes. I can see issues, and AI is not picking them up, and that really frustrates me. Why is it I can see a problem, but AI can't? It does not make sense. anyway, anyway. No Gem says I don't know how to ask it to work. You need to be very specific. Sometimes you just have to go with your gut feeling, and sometimes it it will get it wrong. But you've just got to you just got to keep experimenting. Really, I feel like there's it's you know you want it to be right, but you also have to accept that it will get things wrong, or it will you'll assume it's right because AI is giving it to you. And I think that's the one problem we do have with AI at the minute. We are led to believe that AI is so amazing, right, that it just can't be wrong. And the trouble is, though, is that it does still get things wrong. It is machine learning, right? Uh, just like a human, you got to remember, okay, that humans are more complicated and in a ways better as well than some of the AI. Okay, now, I know you can argue about but the rate of calculation and all of that, but humans still make mistakes. We can learn something and we can still get it wrong. AI, and we know when it's wrong. That's the other thing. When you know you've done something wrong or it's not right, you know. The trouble with AI is you can say to AI, so how do I do X, Y, Z? And this is what I want to achieve. And it will reel it out. And it's not always good at knowing, well, could have been done better. And I just gave him like a fudged answer. And that's the other thing with AI. It does give you fudgy answers sometimes. And then when you interrogate and go, what about a vulnerability? Oh, yeah, there's a vulnerability. Well, why don't you sort that out? I just asked you to preload the font. Yeah, I did, but I didn't cover the fallback. Why not? You're meant to have covered that off as well. I made that clear earlier. Um, why is my image still causing a largest contentful paint issue in the background? Oh, because it doesn't cover it off because of Elementor. Well, hold on. I made clear that I wanted code that worked for Elementor and non-Elemental websites, whether you use Bricks, Breakdance, Gutenberg, Divi, don't care what it is, right? Okay, I need this to work universally. You said it was. Yes, but you sort of go, huh? It's like going into a restaurant, okay, and you say to the waiter, "Can I have some chips?" And they go, "Yep, no probs. We're just making them now." And when it comes back, right, and there's no chips on the plate, and you go, "Where are the chips?" And he goes, "We ain't got chips. We haven't got any potatoes." And you go, "Yeah, but I just asked for chips." And you went, "Yeah, we're just making them." So what were you referring to? It's like, yeah, I was referring to the fact we can make chips, but we can't do it right now. And you sit there going, that does not make sense at all because you said you weren't making them. That was a really shit analogy I just gave there, but I think you get the idea. You know, um, yeah, absolutely. Like John says, and what I do is sometimes I keep hitting the microphone. Sometimes when I'm using, say, ChatGPT, and it feels like it's done enough and it's cracked it, I take that entire code and I open up Gemini, Grok 3, or not Grok 4 yet. Grok 4 is out, but I'm not going to pay for that. It's a bit ridiculous. So I'm just going to stick to Grok 3. So I'll have Gemini, Grok 3 open, sometimes Claude as well. And I dump the code into all of them and the same prompt, which is I want to achieve XYZ. Is this code robust, secure, no vulnerabilities, no server error 500 risks of that, no critical failures? Is there any, risks? Is there anything we've overlooked? Is there a problem? And all three of them will give me a completely different answer. And then I have to take bits of that and try and work out, right, whose answer did I like the best? I find that Grok is usually better than Gemini and Claude sometimes. I really do. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes. And I will then go, right, Grok, sort all of those out and these extra things as well that I have found from other stuff, right? Um, And then when Grok's done all of its stuff and I'm happy and a bit more prompting, then I go back to ChatGPT with the new bit of code. So you do find yourself jumping around a bit. And I think that's the thing that does worry me a bit quite a lot with how um in a way you can't blame AI really, okay? Because you could go into a room with five other people, your friends, and say, "What did you think about that movie?" And all five of them may have a different interpretation, feeling, rating, review, thoughts, desires, and all of that. That doesn't mean they're wrong. It's just the way they've interpreted that movie. And I feel like that's the problem with AI at the moment, in that it's how it interprets and tackles the question that you give it, right? Um, Now, when your question is really simple, like what is the day today right now, they will all be the same, right? Except if you say what is the date and time in seconds and milliseconds right now, unless you ask the question simultaneously to all five AIs, let's pretend you got five of them, you're going to get a different answer because of the seconds, the milliseconds, right? So it's how it interprets what you give it. John, blame the prompter. There is some truth in that, my friend. There is some truth in that. Or ask the LLM for the prompt for itself. Yep. I mean, I have sometimes said to AI, this is what I want to achieve. What are the other questions that need to be answered or you need to know before I let you tackle it? And often it comes back with loads of gunky stuff. And sometimes it asks for stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it starts to go into stuff with like, so with today's one, it said, um, it, it basically said, do you want this to work for people that have got like PHP 5? And I was like, what? Who the heck uses PHP 5? I mean, look, just set it at PHP 7.4 onwards. Make sure the code works with people like that. In fact, there is something, yes, Donald, you are right. Yes, Grok did do that, didn't it? Now, there is something interesting, though. Oh, no, it's gone out my head. Crap. There's something. I was about to say something, and it's gone out my head now. Wasn't to do with the prompter. Wasn't to do with Grok. What was it to do with? What was it to do with? It was to do with AI, and it's gone completely out my head now. This is going to bug me now. It'll probably come back to me in a moment. This is going to bug me now. What did I say before I read Donald's comment? I was about to say something. What was it? You'll have to rewind now and tell me what I was about to. No, I was hinting at something. I was hinting at something. Oh, this is going to bug me. This is going to bug me big time now. What was I about to talk about? What did I have to talk about? Oh my god, I don't think I can continue now. This is gonna bug me now for the whole live chat. I was going to talk about, well, we're talking about AI. We're talking about prompting. Oh my god, John, rewind, John. If you can rewind, John. What did I say just before I mentioned Donald's comment? It's not your fault, Donald, by the way. Hey, Gary, hope you're okay, my friend. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? All right, anyway, look, let's not waste the whole live chat with me thinking about what it was. It'll come back to me in some point anyway. By the way, Rashad, did I say hi to you? I don't know if I said hi to you, but anyway, hope you're okay, my friend. So yeah, 13 hours, slightly wasted, but hey ho. Um, I mean, it could have been worse. I thought I cracked it at 4 p.m. I thought I cracked it, and I thought, well, tonight Raheem won't be in, my wife's not home. I could just record a video on it and get it done, and then release it next week. So I'm glad I didn't record a video and edit the video and then realize, no, there's a problem with this. Beatrice says ChatGPT is the weakness with its memory. Currently, I'm in direct chat with them and they confirm, please be aware that the memory issue encountered is part of a known ongoing. Yeah, I mean, there are issues with that as well. That is very true as well. Oh man, I'm still bugged by what I was going to talk about, and it's still bugging me now as to what it was. I'm a very tired person whenever it gets to 9 p.m. because I get up at 5 a.m. I do find that, um, you know, I don't like to sit and watch a movie past 9 p.m. unless I really, really want to watch it because I always feel like my eyes are giving up on me. Beatrice says our engineering team is currently working to address it, but we need more feedback from our subscriber. I mean, AI is always going to improve, right? AI is always going to get better. PHP version. PHP version. That was it. I can't remember exactly what I was saying now. So it was to do with like, I said I want to ensure that the code is relevant for anyone that is using PHP 7.4. There was something about it though. What was I going to say? I can't. Do you know what? I feel like the heat is getting to me because my brain's just not been in gear today or this evening ever since I realized there was an issue with the code snippet I was working on. PHP. So I do sometimes say to AI, make sure it works for anyone that's using 7.4. What was it? Come on, Imran. Come on. Think. Can't do it. Can't do it. My brain's not right anyway today. I'm only going to be live probably for another 10 odd minutes and I'll call it a day. Jump into bed. Sorry, I was yawning when I said that. Jump into bed. Thing is, though, when you jump into bed, we're going to get personal now, everyone. Right, we're going to get personal here. When you jump into bed, how many of you actually just drop off to sleep? I reckon I'm on my phone for about at least an hour and a half, looking things up, reading things, researching. If I come across any videos I like, I will save them to watch later. And then when I wake up in the morning, I will go to my subscribers list. And if there's been no new video released during the night, whatever, I then go to my watch later and I get to watch other videos. Rashad, not me. I think and think and think. What? While you're in bed? Is this philosophical thinking or is just like thinking? What kind of thinking are we talking about here? Because it sounds to me like your thinking sounds quite deep. What kind of thinking are we doing here? Is this deep thinking or just playful thinking? What's everyone got lined up for the weekend? I mean, I've got no one at home, really. I mean, I could do whatever I want, but I've got no one at home now. So I'm going to be doing a lot of just research basically because I want to get quite a lot of stuff done. I'm going off to Jersey towards the end of July for about 4, 5 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 and a bit days. So I want to get quite a lot of stuff done prior to that. And also Raheem is on summer holidays now for 6 weeks. When Raheem's on summer holidays, my production rate with videos and sometimes work does sink a bit because I end up having to do stuff with him and look after him as well, and I get disturbed a lot when he's home. So I've now got this opportunity with Saturday, Sunday. I want to make the most of it with getting loads of stuff done. Chris Lava, work networking party tonight. Woo! Is it just a general work networking event? Gary says, I go to sleep thinking about other fishing or boat gear I need that I really don't need. That's a funny one. Rashad, check this. Sometimes I think, what are famous people doing right now? I have never thought of that. Sorry, I just heard the sound of a bird flapping its wings. And I thought I better just double check my cat's not done something weird. I mean, they're indoor cats, they're inside a cattery, but the sound of the bird flapping its wings sounded very close on the cattery. John says Imran leaves home. No, I'm not going to leave home. I'm not going to leave home, John. I'll just stay indoors. You know, I did go out earlier to get 3 packs of 24 packs of Pepsi can. I know I do the soda stream, but sometimes the taste of raw Pepsi Max out of a cold can, you just can't beat it, right? Cosmin, do you ever use a teleprompter? I see it listed in the video description, but I watch your videos and you mostly look like you're winging it. I do use the teleprompter. Yesterday, the video about when I was 42, when I started the channel, that was not using a teleprompter, but my teleprompter is behind me, right over here. So, I have used it in quite a lot of videos actually. So I connect this up to, well, basically, there's another face that goes on here, and then it rests on the camera. And if I don't want to use my camera, then I can just stick my iPhone into here, right? And then it goes through there. But this actually is like a mirror. In a way, see that? There's a mirror. Probably not picking it up very well. That is actually a mirror. Don't know if you can see it. There you go. You can see my finger now. That's a mirror, right? But this is the Elgato teleprompter. Really, really good. Right, this is proper good. But yeah, um, brilliant, brilliant machine, right? Really, really good, really good. But I don't use it a lot. I reckon I use that once or twice every 2 weeks, and that's only when I really want to do a video where I must stick to a certain type of script. So I've done some videos where I talk about. So when I did the branding video, I did about a month ago. I did a whole branding video. I was very particular about what I wanted to say and in what order. So I spent quite a bit of time writing it up and typing it up and all of that. And then I stuck that on the teleprompter and then I spoke it. But I like to make sure that when I script things, when I'm writing it, I write. There's many ways to write. Okay, but I intentionally write as if I'm saying it. So I'll literally be like, right, yeah, and we're gonna go talk about that. So that when I say it, it feels natural. Um, some people you can tell when they're reading a very scripted teleprompter, they're like, and now we will click and do this, and this is what this means, and do. And it feels very monotone and lacks personality. And that's really important to me because I feel like that's one of the things that makes the Web Squadron channel work in a way, in that I I, I like to think I bring life into what I do. Chris says big citywide event for 10 days every July. For 10 days. For 10 days every July. What? Oh no, hold on. It's a big citywide event. So it's an event for 10 days. And companies have parties, but your party is tonight. I read that as if you were having a 10-day party event. I was like, what? What is this? Do you get on with everyone you're going out with on this party? Or is this going to be like, oh, I've got to, I don't want to hang around them and I don't want to be there near them? Then I'll start to do Sudoku to stop me thinking about stuff. Yeah, that's understandable. That is understandable. Okay, everyone, look, I'm coming up to the 50th minute. I could stay on for a whole hour, but I'm gonna jump off and go to bed now. I just gotta sort the cats out and sort some other little bits and pieces. Um, but yeah, I got a video coming out next week though, which is like the studio tour. Because I changed things around a little bit with new camera gear and stuff, and I got a new table. Like, this is a major, big, amazing table. So I recorded a video studio tour, but that will come out. I think it's next Wednesday. Keep an eye out for that. I hope you enjoy it. Um, Chris says lots of clients. Lots of clients. Mm, that can get messy, right? Yeah, I mean, I believe it or not, whenever there used to be a work event, I used to be a little bit of an introvert because I always find like um when you go out with people that get you, you can be yourself. When you go out and there's like clients or like other people from the office who you wouldn't really call your closest friends, they're people you work with. I always feel like you're you're not fully yourself, are you? And you're almost still in work mode. I mean, I would relax a bit, but I always found that if I relaxed to be who I really am, other people would be like, "Ooh, look at him. Ooh, what's he? Ooh, can't believe he just said that. Oh my god, did you hear what he did?" And I used to get so like, I'd be like, but then you can't say that because it's someone you work with and it might be your boss or something. Anyway, look, I'm gonna jump off now, right, everyone. Take care. Stay safe. See you soon.